Welcome to Mori. I'm here with Koma,
Hi,
and
it's been a long time.
Qbhall will join us soon, I hope. Oh, well, it's been a while. Well, I got some stuff has popped up over time, like with Evangelion, the leak from the 30th anniversary, which
I
they
mean,
leaked themselves.
oh yeah, I mean the new anime. ca- I mean, nobody needs another Evangelion, I guess. But
No, that was more an anniversary thing because it's been 30 years.
mm,
But yeah, it's like, how the fuck do you oh, go away with
mm,
this nonsense. But yeah, Evangelion leak. Yeah, literally they have been uh people have been, sharing the movie by cam online, and then Kara has been sending out emails to get those back, or like to stop them on Twitter, but it didn't really go well because they literally put the same movie in the emails to the people that they want to copyright strike. So now they can just download the damn thing and just put it online. And how do you fuck up that bad with like a movie like that? Especially if something like something new from Eva. Like how do you do it? And then like a day later, literally it was like my birthday, the when this happened. They announced that they would put it on the YouTube channel, and now it's fully out. So thanks to themselves just leaking it themselves, we got it eventually because they had no plans of ever releasing it online, streaming, Blu-ray, whatnot. So yeah, it's just wild that they
mm,
would do that.
whatever. I'm not surprised anymore by when stuff like this happens.
Oh
On the
no,
contrary, I expect this shit to happen. But whatever. I mean,
not me, not especially if they, you know, leak it themselves to be doing that. Yeah, kind of stuff. Like, yeah, and obviously also there's also new anime coming out, which is like why? It's like there's no point in it anymore. But it makes money, so yeah, why not? But yeah, this kind of stuff is like just weird. I don't know. It's like 40 minutes long, but it's like yeah, pretty good. Not going overboard with it. Well, kind of, but
hmm.
eh. Have you even watched it, or you're like, nah,
I haven't watched.
damn.
I've been. I mean, apart from finishing a couple of anime, like Ghost Hound, I think that I mentioned it previously, one of the
Mhm.
later episodes. I haven't watched much of. I mean, no, I started yesterday to watch Gundam GQX, the latest Gundam made
Um,
by Hanno. I don't know what to think about it. It's weird. Let's put it that
welcome
way.
to anime.
Yes, but one particularly it's particularly weird, but whatever. I mean, it's related because Hideaki Anno is behind it, and
Mm.
apparently, I mean, it's like technically it shouldn't be part of the UC universe. I don't know if you know about this thing about Gundam that since
There's a
the first
bit.
one, since the first Gundam from 1979, I think it was like almost the 80s when the first series came out. I mean, there is like this timeline, this setting, this universe called DUC universe, Universal Century, and basically most of the Gundam series made by Tomino are in this universe, and
Mhm.
there are elements and also characters from this universe from the original series present on this Gundam, but it's like kind of different. Like it's and also the Gundam themselves are like there is like a reminiscence of Evangelion. Like they look like something in between a Gundam and an Evangelion, which is weird. But I don't know.
Mm.
I still haven't finished it. So, oh my god, I know.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I remember from what was it again? Studio Ghibli that they made a short for Nasuka, like with how the world ended with the giant creatures that just brought down the world to ashes, basically. And well, basically, it was with Anno in it that made the Giants. Then you have Attack on Titan creator, like a bunch of creators just made the whole thing in. And oh yeah, also from Shin Godzilla, also that director also worked on it. You can clearly see where it all comes from. I don't know, it's like 10 minutes long or something like that. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of that. It has this Evangelion mix with it all into it, but pretty fun. But yeah, then we have also the real One Piece because the manga of One Piece has literally put um, a secret on where One Piece is on a piece of paper, fold it up, and put it at the bottom at the sea. In front of the Japanese coastline, or well, like the first day they already figured out where it was by the video that they posted. So yeah, that's kind of weird nonsense. Under wait, how would I One Piece uh dive secret. Mm, um, yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, like the One Piece, but at the bottom of the sea. The secret of One Piece has finally been written, but remains hidden at sea. Wednesday, each published fan, which released the red title, blah 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 blah. Mark the milestone with the typical fashion blending mystery with lore. First time ever, you put a page of long speculated secret of One Piece legendary treasure left behind, blah 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 blah, in a capsule and put it at the bottom of the damn sea. I was like, I haven't seen any mangaka been doing that before that I can remember. Like, sure, yeah,
Hmm.
putting secrets into the manga itself or some lottery, but not literally at the bottom of the sea. But like, the manga is that fucking popular, so makes sense. Jesus Christ, that's his office.
Nice office, I guess. Super dark.
Completely covered with stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what you get if you have to do this shit every damn week.
Oh
Jesus
my
Christ.
god. Oh, nice treasure box, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird nonsense to put it in there, but hey. And they put a special capsule for it to put at the bottom of the sea, like in front of Yokohama, I think it was.
Oh, to have it like waterproof or
Yeah. And by the video, they already discovered on Reddit on where it was, in which part of the water, what coastline it was. So yeah, it's like, and but nobody has actually picked it up yet because it's kind of expensive to go to the bottom of the sea and just pick this thing up and find it.
and if you pick it up and like put it on eBay or some other website for auction, how much could it go for?
I mean, if you can actually prove that you actually found the thing and you actually, if it's the exact same thing, then yeah, you can get you good amount of money if you can prove that you actually found it and not just, fake the whole thing.
I mean, you can document everything, like go with a boat on a boat, and I mean, of course, it's going to
Yeah, that's
be
not that
super
difficult now.
expensive, I guess.
No. Yeah, just the thing itself is kind of expensive to go with a rig, trying to get to the bottom of the sea, trying to get it back up. That costs manpower, etc., etc., etc. Doesn't have to be giant, but it's not the most easy thing in the
I
but
wonder
yeah, that's kind of
how
what
long
it is.
will it last out in the
Let
environment.
me see. Fish for March 4th, so that's this month. Start question: what is a One Piece? It's been described on paper versus uh, if you the speaks order on February 8th, carefully community sees ultimate missing page. There's our boat. Middle of the ocean where it was knocked overboard until the whole story is revealed the truth. Will rest far beyond anyone's reach. At the bottom of the seas, the narrator the field continues with the premise One Piece does exist. So I should have worked on this office. Uh they don't say how long this will be. It's just like, yeah, whoever finds it. I guess till he literally reveals it in the manga, but if he find it earlier, then we know it earlier. But if not, then you'll know by the manga. But how long that will take is like, you know, who knows. But yeah, interesting. Was this One Piece is fake. There's zero chance they actually left the chest at the bottom of the sea in real life. Like, why not? It's like there's so many stuff that's left at sea, statues, whatnot. So, why would this be so impossible? But that's right. But yeah, I don't know, kind of unique, I would say.
Hmm.
Yeah.
There is not much to say, I guess. Good
Yeah,
luck
and now it's a
to
novelty.
I mean, yeah, it's the first thing that I mean, the first time that something like this was done. I guess the next step would be, I don't know, for an author who has written a story settled in space to actually make something to uh, take it into space and do the same. That would be
Maybe.
crazy if one day they do something like this, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. If they can, if they have the money, if they're like that fucking
Yeah,
popular to be
in
doing
the
it in
future,
space.
I don't know. Anything is possible, I guess, and
If you have
people
money, sure.
are crazy enough to do all sort of shit like this. So
Mm.
I wonder
Or
if we will
underground,
be
in a
alive to see
mountain.
it, though. Considering all the
Mm.
shit that is going on nowadays, I don't remember if the war started when we had our latest episode. Maybe not. The war on the Middle East.
Oh, that yeah. No, it's been like a month since we actually posted an episode. So yeah, no, it's been been a while. Oh
Yeah,
well.
fortunately for us, nobody, none of us lives in Dubai or any
Yep.
other
Yeah. Well, not
Gulf
that can
country.
speak English anyway. So
Hmm.
you know, or in the Netherlands or whatnot. But oh well. Oh yeah. There's also a new live action movie or an AI movie of Hiro Hideshi.
Oh, the horror author.
Yeah, it's like a new
He's got like
movie.
pancreatic cancer, as far as I know.
Yeah, yep,
So he's like 80 years old and he doesn't have much to live, I guess. I mean,
it.
he thinks he has. I mean, I knew that he went through surgery. I think last January. I don't know if how well it went, if he has chances. But so
Mm.
you told me about this AI movie.
Yeah, it's like
I mean,
it
oh,
looks really bad. I don't know why they're making an
I
AI
mean,
movie on this, but
the manga is available in Italian, Living Corpse. I don't know if it's available in English as well.
I'm not entirely sure. Maybe some alt thing, but like it's so bad. And like I don't know why the fuck.
I am not finished.
God damn it. AI. Goddamn. The whole thing is just AI. It's like, and it's clear that it's gonna
Scared
be.
about being copyright flagged for AI stuff.
Yeah,
It looks bad for
yeah,
certain.
it's so dumb. It's like I can imagine that Hirohideshi will be actually happy with this if he knows it all. And I gotta be if it's like
Technically, he should be aware of it.
mm, let
I
me
mean,
look.
I mean, I don't know what to think about this. All I know is that this shit is going to become more and more prevalent in the future, like more and more books or movies are going to be remade with AI. And
Yeah,
oh, hello,
yeah,
Qbhall.
that's sad. That's proof that it's one that is gonna be a thing. Yeah, unfortunately, but for now it's looking too shit to be actually a thing. And we got Qbhall finally in here.
Hi, mate.
Yeah, how's it going?
Shit. But yeah, let me see. The film adaptation of Living Corpse has been announced for the summer of 2026, but it's the film that is certainly going decisive.
Mm-hmm.
Original 1986 work, she was deeply personal, the collapse on overworking, confronted fears about leaving his young children behind. The emotional background has been central to this impact. Man, this has to become AI if it's such personal. This adaptation, however, is heavily on generative AI. The screenplay is being written by ChatGPT, music being made by Sono. What it is, and the cast performance will use AI generated voice recreations. So you're gonna just use steal somebody's voice for this nonsense. Okay. Using contributors from figures such as horror manga, Icon, Junji Ito. Yeah, they're gonna also use his voice in this damn thing. I'm like, how? And like, project is specifically being promoted as the first of its kind in Japan. Use AI voice performances along with a full AI generated an adaptation of a manga into a feature-length film, while the manga is being
Now,
directed by Stations.
let me ask this then. Uh, will the adaptation of Junji Ito's thing be worse than the last thing? You know, could it be worse?
Mm, the last thing he did
You
was
know,
like
you
his
remember that one?
shorts
Was it Uzumaki? Was it?
anime, like the last thing he put out. Not particularly with AI, fortunately. Else it would be even worse. At least it's done. It's directed by him, or like by hand, maybe, but not by AI. But yeah, along with a few AI generated adaptation of a manga feature like film, The film is being directed by Toshi Shona, known for his work as a cinematographer on One Cut of the Dead. Much of announcement focused on production science and artificial intelligence. The ongoing
Okay, so
debate.
so what do you think about what if they fed some of the bad adaptations in the AI and said like you know like the last Junji adaptation or the um the episodes of One Punch Man that people don't like, you know? What if they did that?
I don't think the fans will be happy, and they would just, try to shut that down, like with the AI
Right, but
dubs they did for the
hold on. You see,
episodes.
the reason why I chose those is because the fans already unhappy. So if it's something that they hate, maybe they'll be more open to it. You know, it's like, look, it can't be any worse. You know, maybe.
Yeah, it will probably shut down immediately. The company will get flagged for trying to put this out, and then just like fuck off immediately.
No, I mean
And
even the original creators. What if they was like, you know what, it can't be any worse. Let's put it through and see what happens. Because we're getting dragged there.
I don't
You
think
know.
they will just say, nah, Japan is way too traditional for that. They try to be like the majority for anime productions is they're still done on paper. So, nah, that's too traditional for that kind of stuff to suddenly
I
go
mean,
to
look,
AI.
but yeah, I mean, you're saying that, but look, they're making this. They're making this. You know. So I mean, you can't you can't ignore it. I'm not saying I like it, but they won't ignore it. You know, the bottom line is, they still have money to make, right?
Yeah. I mean, I remember with
So
like recently with like season 3 of One Punch Man that some fans or some people have pointed out like some parts have done by AI. I'm like, buddy, AI wouldn't even fix season 3 of that show. It's just so bare bones and just so doesn't go anywhere with its plot or just like animation wise. That like, what will AI fix it at all with this thing? So like, nah, that thing is not done. Worked with AI to
well, I mean,
save itself.
you gotta think to how early on it is. You know, I mean, look, I still want things to be done by hand, but you can't put a genie back in the bottle. You know, that is the reality. You can't do that.
Yeah,
You know what I
obviously they
mean?
use computers and whatnot, but AI is just nowhere good near enough to be doing this shit correctly. And fans will just point out like, "Oh, this
Well,
shit doesn't work,
I
or this
mean,
shit doesn't work." Or
look at it like this: it's so early on, and yet it's already this close. You know what I mean?
Uh,
It's
if
only
I
gonna
look
get
at
better.
these trailers, they don't look all too good, or like for an actual product or something like that. I mean, it was like a
Uh,
full what was it, motion capture thing with AI, but it was even older than this. Also pretty bad. Had some like PS1 vibes to it. We also talked about it
no, I mean,
before
anything
that.
looks dated early on. I mean, like if you look at Toy Story, you might think it looks a little dated now, right?
Sure, but like that was a first of its kind back in
Yeah.
the day.
Well,
So
these are the first of their kind, aren't they?
unfortunately, the first lazy of their kind. Yeah, like yeah,
And
it's
they're
just
they're
trying
not
to get
gonna.
a quick buck. Basically, it's like from like back in the day with the OVA boom, they just put out this shitty OVA that nobody gave a shit about. They just put it on a VHS, rent it out, or sell it just to make a quick buck, and then just immediately go to the next projects just to make some more money. And then you're stuck with like this 1 yen tape with like some really shitty OVA. Or like a series like Chargeman Can, for instance. It's just really shit. The music not looping good, the story's making absolutely no sense, characters being dumb as shit, all kinds of stuff. Just helped by Scott Age. But that was like the 70s, so like they didn't some studios just didn't give a shit, just wanted to have a quick money. And there's also like, I guess, quick money, but I'm like, who's actually gonna watch this if they know it's goddamn AI, or just watch it for the funny? For some people, but I don't think this is gonna be popular, obviously. And I mean, it's a pretty old work too, so like,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I mean, look, the point is this though: it only is gonna get better. I mean, I don't think you could ignore it. You know, I'm not saying I like it, but I'm saying looking at looking at the pace of technology and how it's been for all our lives, computers have only gotten better. Like that is indisputable. So you know, I don't think it's disputable that
Eventually, but
you know this is gonna there's gonna be. And I mean, look, even now, I have heard that they're using AI to make as like a sort of post production or fixing little mistakes. Like I'm sure we're seeing things even now where they're sneaking it in to
mm,
movies that we
some
might see.
directors say that they will be using it to make other stuff easier so they can go to the next project or go to the next scene or whatever that is. So you won't
Right?
really
Yeah.
notice it. But yeah, that kind of stuff. But I'm like, completely making one, that's gonna take a while to be
Right.
actually
But I mean, think
decent.
about it. Eh, what would you feel if, let's say, we made a rough version with our drawings or something, or by shooting live action, and then we fed that into the AI and said, okay, finish this up. Would that be? Would you think that that would be more acceptable by fans and also a better product?
If it just fucks it up by the story fucking it up, or just proportions not being right, or colors being changed, or letters just not
Right, but
being legible, or like
all of those
background stuff
mistakes you
just fuck
mentioned
up.
could be made by humans too, and they've probably been made by One Punch Man season 3, probably.
One
You know,
Punch Man doesn't need AI. That's just was fucked from the get go. They just were just crunching it for a year to make
yeah.
the
I
whole
mean,
thing.
you know, look, I'm
Like,
saying it's gonna start coming in. You know, I'm not saying, and I'm saying it again. I'm not saying I like it, but I'm saying that this is you know, to go back to the thing, the genie is out of the bottle. You can't put this back in. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. What do you think,
but
Koma?
nobody
You
wants to
know?
actually use it though for like full skill things. Unfortunately, yeah, for maybe really small projects or like student projects or like lazy people. Because like I talked to, I guess earlier on maybe in other episodes, like this year, like came a report out on AI that companies have not actually seen any money back, like because nobody is almost nobody is using it for actually useful things or to make anything better. They're just using it for scams, porn, art, that kind of shit, or voices, or scams, or the majority. So they're just pumping a lot of fucking energy into this thing, but they're not getting much money out of it because nobody's actually doing anything with it usually. So it gets lots of energy to do almost nothing. So like, maybe it may be scaled back if they. And further down the line, still see almost no money. They're probably gonna scale it down and just make less data centers, or just less data centers for AI for that matter. Because if they can't see money, then no point in making that as big as it is now. But
Well, I
we'll have
mean,
to see. And
with
I'm
with
not the head of those
with respect to the
companies.
power usage, I mean, they're always coming up with new computers that do the same thing with less energy. You know, whether it's GPUs or CPUs or whatever, but they're doing the same work with less energy. So the energy thing, I think, is temporary. You know,
Sure,
I'm not
but
saying
like
it's going to be solved
graphic,
soon, but just given Moore's law, you know, uh,
yeah, sure, but graphics cards, and they already are like in high demand because all these companies are just using it for their AIs to power and to process all that stuff. So that's why there's
yeah,
like a
well, I mean, you know,
shortage
that's
of that
not
kind of chips too.
that's not disproving what I'm saying. I mean, like they will come out with new ones that do the same thing for less energy and faster. Like that is
Yeah.
just how it is with computer stuff, you know.
If they're gonna do it with AI, that's like a whole thing. They first need to see money out of it. But hey, I don't want to dwell on this. For
I
them,
mean, look,
ever.
We
you know,
talked about
look, man, you
AI
need to
many
face
times,
facts.
but
This is the dystopian future in which we live. You know,
Yeah,
get with it.
dystopian future. We're not in
mm,
blame yet. We don't. I don't see
Well,
Sonic on just floating around just to try to fucking murder me. I mean, I would like that, but
oh,
you
not
know,
yet, not yet. You don't see the dogs and things that they have, the robot dogs going around shooting people.
woof woof. Yeah, they're
The
not pretty.
robots
Yeah, they're
stole
not
their
good boys.
dogs.
I mean,
What's
yeah,
that?
I'd rather have Sonic on shoot me. It's like more of a dream for me. But no, well. Other news: a Summer Shampoo live action is in the works.
after all these years,
Yeah,
weird,
yeah.
unexpected.
Also, yeah, and also not expecting that some.
But I mean, what do you think, Oma? You think eventually people will accept it as being a different tool of making films and books and different things like that? What do you think?
Hmm, it's a tough one. I mean,
I mean, I'm not saying that you have to like it, by the way. I'm not saying that you have to like it. I'm asking if you think people will eventually just do it.
I think that they will. There is
They
no
will?
other. Yeah, I mean, the Pandora's box has been opened, so
Yeah, we
Exactly.
know it already.
it's too late.
You know,
You can only accept it and carry on.
But oh well,
I mean, you
different
know,
topic. One Piece. One Piece produces tomorrow studios to adapt Samurai Champloo with exclusive Shinero Watanabe. Studio Tomorrow Studio is developing a live-action adaptation of cult anime Samurai Champloo with original series creators in Shinero Watanabe attached to the project. Uh, to the project, the
so, you
studio
know,
exclusive producers told Variety exclusively. Like, yeah. Huh. Oh, in the beginning, March 10. Oh, really? That's already been. Premiere Destination Live, anime to live action adaptation back to One Piece. News comes as One Piece Season 2 premieres on Netflix. First episodes, blah, 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 blah.
now
Okay.
let me say this. When they say with, you know, I want to know how involved he is. Like that is very vague because I think that they was Cowboy Bebop adapted with him too, or was it not?
Hmm. Hmm?
You know,
What is?
Cowboy Bebop adapted
Oh,
with
Cowboy
him?
Bebop, live action. Yeah, he was not that much involved with it at all. He watched like the first 10 minutes of like episode one that they sent him, and he didn't like it at all. So yeah, and it was canceled after one season. So I hope this thing is not the same thing
Well,
as that. But hey,
I mean,
yeah, that. Uh, but hey, they're
well, look,
talking about it in here, so we had dinner with Watanabe in Japan and said we will move forward on doing some Russian Blue. We really want you to be a part of the creative. That was told Verity. We were thrilled that he was willing to do that. So he is involved with it. It's not like, oh, we're making this. Okay, and you don't hear anything from it.
all
Project
right,
is in
now,
pre-development, and Tomorrow Studios had not yet taken it out on to Netflix. Though, Cohen said Studios received a lot of incoming calls about the property. Adaptation will remain more core elements. Fans love updating the material for a competitive television audience. Clemens said music will be central to process original animes. Hip hop influenced score will define characteristics, and studios
All right.
plus bring the
So let me
major
ask
recording
this.
artists
Uh,
early
uh,
to help establish the show's sound. So yeah, he is more involved with it this time around than the last
but
project.
could you tell me this? Like, does he actually own the rights to these things, or is that owned by the
I don't know.
um? But the reason I'm asking is this: like, do they may need him to just kind of sign off legally, but he mightn't really like, and you're just taking the money at this point and saying, yeah, sure,
I
what
don't
you
know.
guys doing, I'll totally be involved with, but it might just be, him taking the money, uh, so that people don't attack it at once. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
I
It
will take
sounds
the
like
money.
he's
I'm not
more
gonna
involved
lie to
in
you. I
it
will take the
than
money. All right, I will take the money. Okay, so well, it depends on how much money, you know. But but they offer him a job, right? That is what. So he's a consultant or something. He's somehow involved in it.
maybe I don't know. It's like
But
they learned from One Piece is saying in here, and then you know, yeah, oh yeah.
all right, well,
Production company
no,
previously adapted Watanabe's other signature work, Bebop, for Netflix from 2021 through the series was cancelled after one season. Clements acknowledged Watanabe was less involved creatively on that project, so he will be more in tune with this one.
well, tell me what do you think? Well, do you think it was possible for Cowboy Bebop to be adapted into live action and that people would like it? Is that possible? Is it possible at
Was it
all?
possible? Maybe a whole other team, whole other director, whole other, just change the whole damn thing, make it less about Bebop. I don't know. Like it's anime. It's like it's not supposed to be like live action. Sure, you can stuff make stuff live
Right. Well,
action, but the majority of anime just don't work in live action because they're way too much into fantasy world, or it's just too wacky, or like people just don't know how to do it, or the tech is not there yet, or like wrong director, or they just don't give a shit, or
all right. So
some
let
of
me
all the things,
well,
and just
well,
majority just doesn't wanna work in the
well let
end.
me ask this then. So some anime lend themselves to adaptation more than others, right?
Sure, some are just like, based in real life, like, something like Death Note that's been done multiple times. The only thing you have to do CGI is like Ryuk and maybe some two or three other demons. Yeah, that is just in normal everyday Japan
Okay.
with a
So
notebook. That's easy to do in live action, or like samurai stories, like
like
what
this.
was this?
Kenshin or Blade of the Immortal.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. That's easier to do because Japan is used to those samurai stories, so they can do it in live action because they have experience with it. They can just find somebody that does that kind of stories, and boom, you got yourself a story. That's easier to do. They also tried with Bleach,
Right.
which
So
was not too bad, but that was also like in the first arc that it was like in in a normal in our world than in the spirit realm. That wouldn't work because
right.
it's like too much
Oh,
into fucking fantasy shenanigans. So that shit would just
oh,
you
by
know
the way, now that it can, yeah, I mean, we have been away for weeks, so I don't think we haven't talked about this, but a couple of weeks ago there was the scandal of Shogakukan, the mangaka who, there is this group of mangaka who used to be arrested and they changed
ah yeah.
their name because they like abused the minors and things like that. Even the mangaka who did Acta Age years ago, who uh, faced basically the series was cancelled.
Ah yeah. Yeah, well,
You have to
uh,
search Shogakukan manga one. I think.
okay. Mm, mm,
Right, but the problem was that the publishing company covered it up. Or what was the
Hmm?
what was the actual controversy that they covered it up, or what was give me the rundown, give me the
They basically hired this person. I don't remember the name, but yes, this Ashtaga Toga.
okay, so
Mm.
he had
Despite
a criminal record.
him, I mean, it's better if we search for an article, I guess.
yeah, I try
It's
to.
like manga one, not manga. Shogakukan, yes, the publisher.
Manga one, the publisher, convicted sex offender, and manga creator Shoko Yamato on a pen name in
I mean,
2022.
this is more recent though. It's about a couple of weeks ago. Not all
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
it's
Like, I don't know how to spell it. Let me.
Search Shogakukan Manga One Scandal, and you should be able to find it easily.
but I mean it raises more complicated questions. Should somebody with a checkered past who presumably have paid their debt to society, I guess, be allowed to make things, make art, make anything, you know?
Yeah,
All right, there we go.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Shuriken to probe hiring of manga artists convicted of sex crimes. Tokyo, March 3. Japanese publisher Shogun Inc. has said it will be established a third-party community to investigate the company's decisions to publish works by two manga artists on its app despite knowing their past sexual crimes. So yeah, they're just trying to cover the whole thing up. Shogun was found to have hired a manga artist convicted of sexually assaulting a woman aged under 20 under a new pseudonym Hajime Ichiro to work on the manga series Yonin Kamen. No clue what it is, but who cares? The manga has since been taken off the published manga's one platform. The publisher said Monday that the manga artist for the series Sensor no Shinrishi has been found guilty of indecent assault before the company hired him under a new pen name,
Itsuki
Ishitaki.
Yatsunami.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it's like
I mean,
a
All right. So it's
big
not just
scandal. Yeah.
it's not the first, the only case. There was a
No,
follow up
no, it's
when
been
they.
done before.
Yeah, there is another author who, the one who grabbed two minors when he was in on a bike, and his manga was cancelled like in 2021, I think. And he also got on board this manga one, and he was writing another series with another name. It should be, you can find the news somewhere, like search for manga one scandal actage, and you will find another article, I guess.
so wait,
Hmm.
Hmm?
well, I see in these crimes, there seem to be pretty serious crimes. But
No,
yeah,
not
so
attack,
you,
act. Well,
Oh, act.
act, act age. All right. Let's see.
March
Yeah, that's
2026.
Tatsuya Matsuki. He
Hmm.
also was rehired under an alias.
Oh, Act H. What Act H? Why does that Act
Hey, look, you
H?
got a comment. Somebody's asking something, by the way. What
Oh,
crimes?
that's rare. What? Whose
Yeah,
crimes? Oh, I know him. Hey,
somebody is commenting on your video
alright, sure,
on the
boy.
stream.
Hey. What crimes? Oh, sexual, minor crimes. Obviously, Japan being Japan, having problems with minors. That's the whole thing.
I
And
mean,
they're very,
Well,
and there's,
I mean, look, that is, it's not just Japan. It's, according to some files, it's like worldwide. If you understand what I'm saying.
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
Epstein files. All
yeah.
right.
Obviously, it's worldwide, but in this case, like Japan has like a lot of problems with manga. Like, there's one guy. What was his name again? He made samurai manga, and he was convicted, but he got away with a fine.
Nobuhiro Watsuki, you mean?
Yeah, yeah, him, and he got
I
away
mean,
with terabytes of goddamn CP,
yeah,
and then
but
just
at the very
yeah,
least, he hasn't molested anybody, any minor. He only
no,
used
he
CP.
also produced this stuff, so yeah, not good.
I mean, he was like fined, but very little money
Oh yeah,
overall.
Act H. Yeah, I've heard of this manga. The fuck.
I
And
mean,
also,
it was going
fucking
to become an anime before it got cancelled because
shit.
the author enjoyed grabbing minors
Yeah, it's
while
fucked.
going. I mean,
So, like,
But yeah, there was also like on the other guy, the most recent thing, like the one publish the manga one also said in comments that they should remove this stuff from the site. Now, several mangaka have removed their manga from the site, from manga one, like
yeah,
one and
Rumiko
what was it again?
Takashi,
Yeah,
she also removed everything.
yeah, a couple of manga did that. It's like just I don't know why the fuck there's so many manga do fucked up stuff. Obviously not everybody, but like it's
Mm,
like
well, I mean, look,
that's a lot of
let me,
people.
let me, let me. I think that that certain creative things, creative spheres, it attract unusual people, right? Like
It to
politicians,
become big enough.
politicians. It's not that criminals. It's not that politicians are often criminals and psychopaths and stuff. No, the profession attracts these people. You know, I'm not saying all of them, but I mean unusual people, eccentric people. That is one theory. Like look at all these directors and stuff on all these lists and thing. And actors and all this kind
Yeah,
of thing.
you would actually think
Something
that
about
would be
it.
like hentai authors, for instance, like hentai doujin authors. You would be like that's the most weird, fucked up, and they would have the most crimes. But like in interviews I've seen, like the most well-known hentai artist met other artists and they said that like they were just normal people, like nothing special about them. They were just not that eccentric. Like a few
All
obviously
right.
were that.
Well,
The majority is just
well.
like
Here's our theory. Here's our theory. Maybe the theory is maybe doing that kind of work is an outlet for them, so they don't have to act out in any way. You know, maybe it's like playing. Maybe you might play Grand Theft Auto, so you know how to shoot up this in real life. I don't know. Maybe it's a form release. Just a theory, okay? You know.
mm,
So wait,
could be.
there's never been one of these guys that has been a hentai artist, or not usually, or any kind of. There's
Not that
normal.
I know of.
These
I
are
know
these are
they
normal
mostly
manga you're
did
talking about.
stuff
The,
majority of the time, but it's majority of they're just normal mangaka just have been in the spotlight for this type of fucked up stuff. For some damn
Could it be
reason, but
possible?
hey, whole Japan is like, or like in the big cities, they have like a whole industry of like talking to underage girls, or just having them working on the streets, or like I've seen them myself in Japan, like underage girls holding up signs for like, oh, here you can go for 10 minutes, talk to this girl, have this girl in a dress, etc., 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 etc. Or just
So with the,
guys chasing down other girls, or just looking into windows, etc., etc. It's weird if you
so wait,
lock them
the
on.
now this is that is against the law, right? Who these people you're talking about here? That is breaking
It's
or is
like the
that
biggest secret that like it's like a secret that everybody knows. That's shrug. That's like put it on under the rock, but everybody knows about it. Basically, it's just like it's there, but no, but like yeah, it's one of
and this
those
was
things. Unfortunately.
this that you saw, this was in public places, right? This wasn't hidden.
No, not
This was
particularly. No, like obviously I didn't know at the time like what their damn ages was, but I'm like they all look young. Obviously, not everybody is like that age, but and the majority and like again they don't do actual sexual acts. It's like like they have like special cafes you go into. And you have like 10 minutes talks with him or something like small talk, for instance, or you like or more normal stuff like those dancers you see, like idols, for instance, but like not all idols are like 15, like majority is 18 or in their 20s or something like that. But that's like a whole other industry in itself. So yeah, but yeah, it's like a big scandal that's been in development. Unfortunately, but oh well. Other news is what's it called again? Chainsaw Man has been on its last chapters. Like 25th of March is gonna be the last chapter. I'm actually up to date with that thing. For some reason, I don't know why I kept it on for so long. And people are not too happy about how it will end, but but also weirdly enough, the English releases of the chapter have just changed the end of the last page to will can be continued instead of this will be last chapter will be on this date, but the Japanese publication is still like the 25th as its last date. So which one is it? Will it be continuing? Will it be part three? Probably not part three, or just a couple of chapters more. Who knows? So like that kind of stuff is just a bit weird. Uh, so
well
Jason.
without spoiling it. Did you see the ending?
Yeah, yeah.
Or so
Hmm.
what are your things without spoiling it? What are your things? Do you share these people's concerns about the ending?
It's kind of abrupt, I would say. I mean, it's Fuchimoto, so he's a weirdo, so it makes kind of sense. But it's just pretty abrupt make to end it like this. Like if I think about it, it kind of makes sense for it to end like this. Because how the fuck does he want to get it back to normal, to have a normal teenage life or something like that after all this shit? So yeah, but I'm like, it's also like it also has a lot of loose ends. But hey, we'll see how that pans out or it doesn't, and just like oh, it just ends like that, and that's it. So yeah, I hope it it won't be like that. But hey,
Now,
try to get a good
uh,
plot after like doing this shit for weekly, to get the plot going. It's got to be stressful.
so you think so if or when they adapt it, you think they will change it? Will they be allowed to do that?
I mean, it happened before that they changed the plot line, like for Attack on Titan, for instance. Like one of the last chapters, he changed the text for like a republication of the poems. change the text around to make it fit the story better than what it was before, for instance. So yeah, no, rewrites have been done, or like art has been changed, or whatnot. So yeah, no, that's not too uncommon with different works. Like so many anime have like ended an anime before the manga even ended, so you get an original ending out of it. So why not? But yeah.
So have there been cases where the anime ending was loved more than the manga?
Uh, uh, more equally, or just like longtime fans, like with Dragon, for instance, like fans been in for it like 1989, so like so long that people have like also love that, but also people love the manga, etc., etc., etc. Just love every edition of it, but then just differently. It's like more of an equal thing. I would say it's like I don't know, or like the anime adaptation is so ridiculous or so funny that it would just overshadow the manga, and that would make more the favorite or the cult classic for it. Sometimes, like with Ghost Stories, for instance, with that dub just being completely fucked back in the early 2000s when they still could be doing that. But beyond that, I don't know. It's like not that many that did that. I think. Not that I can really remember that clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Hmm. Well, I don't know. Maybe him ending it like that will be an opportunity for the adaptation to be interesting and different. Maybe.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, by the way, in the beginning we talked about the Eva Leak. What do you think about that?
Say it again. The which one?
The Evangelion Leak, the 14 minutes
Oh,
30th
yes.
anniversary.
Right. Now I have a theory. Right. So
Obviously.
my theory is this. Right. They said that they weren't ever going to release it outside of this event. Right. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right. Now I think that they were just saying that, and that this leak, quote unquote leak, was an excuse for them to release it officially without breaking the promise that they made before, that it would be always exclusive. You understand what I'm saying? It's like 40 chess,
Yeah.
you know? Because I don't think that they would be so incompetent as to release the whole thing with
Eh,
regards to the copyright strike, right? Because
I
from
don't
what I
know, man.
understand, that is how it got out, right? Like when those guys uploaded
Yeah.
a portion of it, they sent them a link to the original file and said, "This is what you broke the copyright of," right? Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So I don't think they'd be that incompetent. Surely. This is not, you
Eh,
know, the United States. We're talking about
no.
cartoons here. This is much more important, right? They
And
are
I mean, Epstein files were too. Those were everything was redacted, but then you just could copy and paste the text into Word. I don't know. Also
right.
sounds
Even
really
that.
incompetent, but that would happen
Now,
too.
even
I'm like,
that,
I don't know, man.
I think that that was a similar move, right? By somebody inside. It was like, you know what? Um, Maybe it was somebody
Maybe.
acting on their own, right? And they was like, look, people should see this. I going to pretend that this is an oversight and release the whole thing. Maybe. So I think when I thought of that before, I was like, maybe this is a similar thing. Like that is why I thought about this. I was like, I don't like the idea of films being locked away forever, like the Ghibli films. The Ghibli museum films
Ah, yeah,
are
those
never
shorts.
going to be shown outside of the museum, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Right. So the legend goes. I don't know, but yeah, they haven't been
Yeah,
so
I
far,
don't know, but
right?
like, yeah, but I'm like, it's also like so much work to be, having a whole event, trying to get all this other stuff down just to send the damn thing themselves, then apologize for it, and then put on the YouTube anyway. It's just like, I don't know, sounds like a huge turnaround type deal just to get a
But I
movie out.
mean,
You could
look,
just say like, oh
but
yeah,
don't
we're gonna
you?
release it on then and then and then, and
But
then people will be
I'll say
happy
this.
first.
Like I think that I think that this company likes the fans, and they want to. They don't want to keep
Fuck
anything
with the
from them.
fans.
You know. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. What do you think?
Uh,
Like because I know he's kind of a strange character too. You know what I mean? He's not.
yeah,
I don't think he's in it for the money as much as other people. You know what I mean? I don't get that
yeah,
energy from him. He's such an eccentric character. You know?
yeah, yeah. He do be,
Yeah. You
he
know.
do
So
be like,
yeah. So that is why I think for the chess we're gonna pretend we leak it and then release it for free, right? My theory is that, right? You know. But look,
yeah,
I'm glad it's out there. You know, I'm glad that more people can see it. I don't think anything should be
yeah.
locked up forever.
No,
Um,
well, it would never be anyway because people have cam footage of it. But I don't want to look at cam footage because you know cam footage. So I'm happy that they
right.
finally just released the whole thing. And I watched it, and it was pretty funny, with Oscar trying to have an happy ending and just all these shenanigans going on with the whole plot. So
I
like
mean, look. Well, I haven't
going
seen
back
it
and
yet,
forth.
by the way. So don't spoil it yet, you know. But
Oh yeah, we've seen
I
it. Oh,
have
I've seen
heard.
it
No, not yet.
already.
Yeah, but I mean, I am glad that she gets some, more of a happy ending, like you say. You know, um,
Yeah,
because she is. These people deserve one after all this time, despite being fictional characters. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Uh,
They've been through a lot of shit. Just entertain us, I guess, as characters, but and the voice actor kind of fucking in the end of Evangelion, at the end of that thing, while being strangled, have to recover from it because that's took a lot of energy out of her. So it's literally just also physical fucking
Look,
torture.
at the man's sacrifice. Okay, that is the sacrifice that she must make. All right, the people drawing it will develop crippling back pain. The people voicing it should develop some kind of problem too, right?
Yeah,
Remember that movie Stalker where everybody died because they
yeah,
filmed it in like Chernobyl or something like that?
yes, yes.
Yeah. So
But that's
this
just
is that.
location wise a problem than just working really hard. But I mean,
Well,
I
we're
get.
working really hard in an irradiated zone. You know.
Yeah,
Hey, look,
you gotta gotta do it for the movie.
occupational hazard. Okay, but I mean,
Occupational
look,
hazard.
the work lives on forever, right?
Yeah, yeah, it does. Yeah. It made its thing.
You
Yeah,
know,
it did what it came to be.
a temporary sacrifice for eternity. Okay, is a
Yeah, yeah.
sacrifice that I am willing to make. Well, I'm willing to let them make it. I don't know about that's a different
I
thing.
mean, yeah,
Hey, look,
sure. If they don't have time crunches or have to work for 10 hours a day or something like that, or just work to
like
death, and then you have an anime,
right.
I'm like, you know. Not for
I
everything
heard,
needs to be like this, but that's just the whole workforce in Japan being fucked. But that's like a topic we already talked about. So, but
yeah,
fruit flies. There was a fruit fly back in 2 years ago. They mapped the whole fruit fly's brain, all its neurons and whatnot. And then now, like a couple of weeks ago, they put the whole brain into a computer and made a simulation out of it. So the simulation of a fruit fly moving around is literally run on the brain of a fruit fly. So that's
Holy
just
shit. And
mind
how
blowing. It's not. It's
powerful
not.
is this computer, by the way?
Hmm.
How powerful is this computer?
Pretty powerful, I think. That's like, or maybe run by multiple computers.
I mean,
Let me
even
see.
if we are talking about a fruit fly, still a complex biological brain, I guess, no matter how small it is. You know what this mean, right?
Well,
Taken over by fruit fly.
No,
Yeah, but
this is
like
like
the
this is like
billionaires
not
are
an
gonna
animation by computer. It's literally just a fruit fly moving around like it is still a fly, but it's not a fly. It's you know, it's like the very beginning of like real brains working in computers. That's like the
yeah.
first iteration of that. It's just like
Imagine in the future when people can upload a version of themselves, make a backup of themselves inside a
Kaiba.
computer. Yeah, basically they will become immortal.
Yeah. It's like in
right.
Blame. It's like with the Circle Life, for
Now,
instance. Like their consciousness
now
has
keep
been
in
going
mind though,
over
keep
from
in mind
body to
though, this
body to
is.
body in a bingo.
But one thing I want to say though, um, this is copy and paste. This isn't cut and paste, right? Because the real fruit fly still exists,
Yes.
Yeah.
right?
The fruit. I
So, so,
mean,
so will billionaires accept that? Will the billionaires accept it's not me, it's a copy of me? You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, it's they gotta because there's no other way to,
Ah,
have
no,
that,
no,
or you need to find something to have that. It's kind of
right.
like Soma.
Here's
You
this.
just copy your own brain to a body, and then it doesn't know that it's a copy. You can also do that and just have
Right.
a fail safe just to copy a brain, have no clue that's a copy, and bingo.
Now, hold on. Here it is. I have heard somebody. They came up with a way. They said that slowly over the course of perhaps years, you will change, one brain cell to digital, to immortal
One
digital
at a
version. And
time,
then
you
another.
mean? You mean
Yeah.
changing cell one at a time so that the process is gradual and instead of making a copy, a biological entity transition into an artificial one
Right.
slowly. Yeah, I've read about
Like
it.
uh,
It's the only way not to create a copy right away of somebody and
but
create. Hmm?
would you accept that though? Because it's like a ship of Theseus kind of thing, right? We, is it the same? Because we are
I
I
mean,
mean,
being
if it was
changed
my
out
wish to
slowly, right?
become a copy of the thing and then just live something in like the net sphere or like in ultimate body and that was my wish, and I'm like, yeah, sure. If I was if like, if it was done, there was a copy of my brain, I had no clue about it, and suddenly I wake up and I'm like, the fuck? I'm not me? Then it doesn't work. Like, I don't know, I also seen a movie with, like, Will Smith with, like no, with, Keanu Reeves, yeah. That there was, like, a copy of somebody's brain and put into a machine and then just didn't recognize itself because it's not his body. It's not, like, in the same body it was before. So it was also kinda like that kinda deal, but it was a little shit movie, but I don't know how this stuff really works, but it's pretty interesting that they actually, you know, recreate the fucking fruit fry, but then in a computer to make that work. So that's just, I don't know.
Now,
That's
cool. Well,
just
you brought up the issue of speed. Like, even though it's a simple creature, you would need like a pretty supercomputer to do this, right? That's what you're
I
saying.
mhm.
assume yes.
Right. But I was
Mm,
thinking, I read this book and they kind of looked at it like this. Um, if the processing power is limited, we could just run the simulation at a slower rate, right? So you wouldn't be living in real time in the simulation. A day for you might be a week in this world, but subjectively to you, it would be no different. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird, but not like that is one way around it. No, I don't know. They didn't mention if the fruit fly was living in real time, you know? I didn't notice them mention that, but that is one way around it. So like even a human, if they could do it, if they could do the copying, I guess they would imagine the complexity of a human brain. It would be one day inside of the simulation would be a year outside here, but subjectively it would be no different. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like
imagine
Yeah.
how I mean, if you have like the processing power to simulate the brain at the right speed, like the speed the organic brain has, and you put that inside a mechanical body, what will you be able to create? I mean, it's it's scaring, I guess.
and I mean, think about this. What if what if you had a faster computer so you could live? So one day for you would be one day out here would be 100 years for you. Think of all the problems it could solve. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
given given the mechanical body, it can probably build this stuff too. It's
Hmm.
interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I mean, he says as the last comment, the ghost is no longer in the machine. He concluded, the machine is becoming ghost. Ghost in the Shell.
nice.
Ghost in the Shell fan.
And
Hey.
a new Ghost in the Shell is supposed to be coming out soon, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Besides Siren, there's also a new trailer from coming out or came out like a couple of weeks ago, I think.
Yeah. What do you guys think? So this is the first time that they've been adapting it close to the source material, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like 1-on-1 so far as we've seen. I don't know. Abu would like to watch it when it comes out and see how it actually pans out. Because you have like all this advertisement from, oh yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be, and it's gonna be the best CGI, etc., etc., etc. And then you watch it and it's like underwhelming or it just doesn't how get it home. Goes
Well, hopefully it's good, right? I mean, I have now have you read the manga?
No.
no, 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 no,
Right.
no.
No. Well, the reason I ask that is that I think some people say that some of the manga isn't geared towards like an episodic kind of a thing. You know what I mean? Uh, yeah, but I mean, it'll be interesting. I've only read a little bit, so like probably what was based on the first movie. You know, will this be a problem for us to show this trailer?
No, it doesn't have music, and it's a trailer, so it's a public thing. We have shown so many trailers, so
Right. I hope so.
I doubt
You don't
it.
like to complain for everything, you know.
You should also like to complain about dumb everything, but I'm like, it's not gonna stop me from showing stuff, or I just have to snip that portion out, but it's like what 5 seconds or something, so it's not a big problem. But I don't know from art point, it looks pretty good so far. Like, I mean, I have
Yeah,
seen
I mean,
this page, for instance. I've seen in Osaka for the exhibition, so the real
oh,
pages. So
nice.
yeah, it looks like what I've seen there. So like, it looks pretty 1-on-1 so far. Like, I also saw
Well,
these
why?
big versions of like original covers and all that kind of stuff. Mhm.
Yeah. Did you ever wonder why it is that they never adapted it closely before? Like, why is that?
Mm. Maybe they just, with every director, you have like a different vision of the thing. Like, or Mamoroshi wanted to make it more like more philosophical, more in his style. So we got the first Ghost in the Shell movie. Then we have like live action, also another director. And then you get another version. It's like it was also an interview like with them that like each version has this different quality to them because every director is different. Like with the series, there's
Right, but
also different spiel to it.
I think this is interesting though because like I think that all the other adaptations were made inspired by the first movie. You know what I mean? They weren't
Could be,
they
yeah. They
weren't
could
so much.
look at the earlier adaptations. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make this, and like, yeah, but with every adaptation, is gonna move more and more and more and more from it. Obviously, and the design is gonna change, and the atmosphere is gonna change, and like, if you could go closer to the movie, then to be more inspired, and further away, it's gonna be less. But like, it's get more philosophical than the manga actually is, or more sexual, or more, you know.
Well, I
Because
mean,
so far, all the
look, yeah,
adaptations haven't been that sexual, like the manga. So like, it might be like inspired by the next thing. There was also like in the text for the expo, they also talked about it. Like, why is every adaptation so different from each other? And it's like, every uh author just also looked probably from each other or looked from other stuff and just came to the same conclusion probably, or they saw like there was a deeper meaning to the manga, or like all these different topics that are in the manga with science fiction, with like identity, etc., 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 and they're just trying to dig that more out and just more the sexual tone of like you know the main body of work, because the author is, well, hentai is like his second name at this point. Like a lot of his work is just hentai at this point.
I
Tentacles
mean,
and
look,
all. So.
he's drawing what he likes. I guess he has he's achieved enough success that he can kind of do what he wants, right? So
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, and it
good.
also makes more money to do be hentai because you can just have a certain project for it's more focused than it is with a manga. Manga is like a weekly thing or monthly thing. With hentai, it's just one thing. You get a bunch of money and you just go to the next project and just go on and on and on.
It's easier that way, yes.
Yeah, and the plot is also like non-existent, so you can just constantly make different things all the time. Or just single images, for instance. Also saw it in the expo, like multiple single images for art books. Intro, for instance, it's like majority. Like the longer you go on the intro, the more sexual it becomes, basically, and the less people are gonna buy it because, yeah, it doesn't really go anywhere.
But I mean, look, you can't say the guy didn't make something everlasting. You know what I mean? I mean, he made something that was. I mean, just think of the impact that had on pop culture. Like everything made after that was inspired by it in a way. You know, like
Yeah.
that's huge. That's like I can't begrudge the guy no drawing what he wants. You know what I mean? I can't say, look, get back to
No.
drawing Ghost in the Shell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But still, his most influential works from the 90s and 80s, and that's still getting adaptations. So whatever he's doing now is just not really in the spotlight anymore. But he's so famous, he can just march on, and it won't really affect him that much. It's just like if you have that not much money, you can just create whatever and still get money. As long as he gets money with his work, it's like it doesn't bother him too much.
Yeah,
He
like
also
he's
said that he
he's
wasn't involved. Like I read in what was it, Ghost in the Crimson Shell, also a series he's making. He said at the end of the volume that he wasn't really involved with the production of the Science Saru anime. So yeah,
well, he may not need to be that involved because it's kind of staying close to what he's doing, right? He's
Yeah,
you
doesn't
know,
have to be, but with something like Bebop, that would be nicer. But yeah, no. But that's like an actual thing you have to really direct and just have to have it 1-to-1. And this looks more like it's been 1-to-1. And it's been adapted so many times, so it doesn't really matter in what kind of shape it's gonna be adapted in. People are gonna eat it up anyway, in some way or form. And actually, yeah,
now
except the live action movie, that's not that's not everybody's favorite at all.
right. Remind me that people did not like the CG Ghost in the Shell series, right? Was that the last adaptation or was there one after? Because I've lost
No, I
count.
mean the live action movie. The people were not a
Right,
fan of
right.
that.
But I'm asking about the there was a CG
Oh,
series. Did people like
uh,
that?
are people fans of that? I don't know. I haven't seen it myself, so I wouldn't really know. Like from 2020, no, or something like that.
Right, right.
Around a year. I don't know really. I thought it
I
was a
think
bit too chibi, but eh.
right. Um, but I mean, hey, we getting another one, right? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Also, other news. Well, it's already been a few weeks old. Discord tried to get the facial recognition and your info from you to make it more safe for kids, but it's just for them to settle down the line, probably. So, you
It's a
know.
problem only if
right.
you like if you use no safe for work channels, I guess. If you don't, you can like move on and not care unless they
Mm,
force
First
you
time I saw
to.
it, it was like an side wide. It was like for everybody, just has to put their, ID card or facial recognition just to make it for everybody safe, than just for the not safe for work
If they
stuff
force it
or
for everybody, then we are going to use another software because
yeah,
Discord.
yeah, that was the case. They have the people were not happy about that, so they put that down for now. What was it? Facial recognition, ID verification. Yeah.
So what is the best alternative that we should start to look at?
There was something else, but I forgot what it was. There was it again. I don't remember. I mean, I'm still using it. I mean, a lot of servers I am still using it, so I don't really have a desire to go to something else and just build it all over there. Because there is nothing over that's other communities that's this big, so yeah. But yeah,
Well, hopefully
let me see.
hopefully they won't force us to do that. Like what do you think? Do you guys think that this is overreach? I think it's overreach.
Yeah, no. It's more for their own benefit, for their own profit, than for to protect the kids from non-safe for work stuff or other stuff for that matter. Then, that's what like everybody also said by the time. Why doesn't no, I don't want to pay $5. I just want to fucking man, okay, then I'm gonna go back to Reddit. But yeah. Uh, uh,
Yeah. So
mm,
what would you switch to, Coma, if they had asked us, if they had forced us? What is the best program? What is the best alternative?
I don't know. I mean, I use Telegram already, so I don't know if you guys have it or use it, but
no, don't use it. Have it, but don't use it.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
use
I
it all
mean,
the time.
the problem is that there is no real alternative to Discord after all this time? I mean, there is
I
on
mean,
the
there
same
was
level.
one, but
I mean, if Discord goes to shit, I guess something else will take its place, whether it's Telegram or something else. I mean, Telegram, the problem is that you are required to use a phone number, much
WhatsApp.
like WhatsApp. So yeah, I mean, it's not a problem for me, but for some people, it's a deal break. So don't know.
Right.
Our
You
spaceport
need to
chat
have
was the
a
thing they said.
you, you need to have an active phone number. So a lot of people don't have that.
I mean, WhatsApp, a lot of people still use that, so it's possible for them to do that. But, it's more like an app group like you would see in WhatsApp. So it's not like something you'll see on Discord. You have different channels and you have different topics and blah, 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 blah. So you
Right.
can't really separate shit. It's just all one chat. So it's not, it's more like an WhatsApp
No,
alternative.
there was one. There was Slack was something that came up um before
Mm,
Discord, and it has a lot of the same features from what I remember, right?
I can
Uh,
barely hear you.
is more audible now?
Not
Any
particularly. It's
different?
kind of getting worse for some reason.
I don't know. I'm not sure. It's some kind of
But
I
yeah,
don't know,
I
probably
mean,
to the gold that
alternatives
I'm
are
using.
few, but not that many that people really use. Maybe Revolt is saying that people use that, but can also be short-lived and I don't know, where people massively would migrate to. I don't know. I don't see 4chan being a thing. Oh man, that would be fucked. But yeah. Uh, let's see. What other news do we have?
Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah, there was
well,
like a torpedo was fired to a ship for the new war that's been going on with Iraq. No, Iran, I mean. And that's been kind of rare to fire a torpedo to destroy a ship. The last one was like the Falkland Islands. It's like the last time that it was like actually used. So like, mm,
As we said
hmm.
earlier, there is nothing to be surprised anymore. I mean,
torpedo.
hopefully nobody is going to drop a nuke anytime soon.
No, we've been saying that for the last 80 years since World War II. So,
Yeah. That.
yes.
So wait. In terms of war, right? In terms of warfare, there've only ever been two nukes ever fired, right? Is that correct?
Well, on civilians, yes, and the rest has all been tests, and the heaviest is
Right. Okay.
all that's been dropped was the Tsar Bomba by the Russians in the
All right.
1950s.
Hopefully it stays that way, right? Knock on wood,
Yeah,
right? You know.
yeah, it would be like world ending basically, or a hostage taking or something like that. Ah, here,
So like, I imagine the nukes now, like a million times more powerful or some shit, right?
oh yeah, no, yeah, no, they've not
You know.
been sitting still with that kind of stuff.
And then apart from atom bombs, there's hydrogen bombs,
Hydrogen
right?
bombs. Yeah, yeah, oh
And then
yeah.
there's are there neutron bombs? Because I heard that they kill people, but they don't destroy
Buildings.
infrastructure, right?
Yeah, I
So
mean, I heard
I
from
never
one
looked
bomb that. Hmm?
I never looked into that. So that already exists. They've done tests with that. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, I remember at the beginning of the Russian war on one city was a bomb dropped that would suck all the air from people and would just kill them that way. It probably also destroyed buildings. I remember the explosion. So yeah.
Damn. Do you guys remember recently? I think the US admitted to using some sort of direct energy weapon, something like that. Look that up. Some sort of direct energy weapon that makes the person feel very sick. They get ill and they can no
Mm,
longer function. They start to vomit or something like that. It's crazy,
mm,
you know.
mm,
So I
gee,
don't think it's deadly,
makes
but
people.
it just
Mm,
because I'll show you a bit of Havana syndrome and these kind of things. Um,
sick.
yeah, and I don't think it's ever been admitted to. You know, it's never
I
been
know, I don't
admitted to
really
except for now.
see anything.
It's
Electric
it's
energy
like a
weapons. That's just too general. I don't know.
yeah. I think they used it in Venezuela.
Mm,
You know,
Drugs and electric
experimental weapons used in
micros.
Venezuela or some.
I found
You know, it's crazy.
illness affected hundreds of U.S. diplomats, intelligence personnel worldwide. Reported symptoms include acute neurological issues, intense pressure in the head, vertigo, dizziness,
Yeah,
headaches, function, hearing loss. Oh, this. You kind of heard about that.
yeah. Also, I think they kind of confirm that it is a thing that exists for real. You know.
Eh, you know, could be. If Trump is that stupid, probably, but I'm like, that's not been changed at all since the beginning of this thing. Yeah. Havana syndrome, also known as anomalous health incidents, dispu- is disputed medical condition starting in 2016 in about a dozen overseas locations, US and Canadian government officials and families reported symptoms associated to perceived localized loud sound. Insomnia, headaches, is not recognized as a disease by the medical community. Okay. Eh, could be a thing or could not be a thing. Yeah, I think goddamn nukes are gonna
Oh,
work a
it's a
tad
thing.
better than
Trust
this
me.
stuff.
It's a thing. Trust me.
Yeah. Oh well. Let me see. Oh yeah, the torpedo, the video on that. Where is it? Boom. Yeah, kind of rare because most ships back in the Cold War was just made for nukes or to detect ships and just run away. And Falkland Islands was used, but it's just kind of rare to be used. Eh, But oh well, it's yeah. That's man, weird times
Well,
we live in.
hopefully it don't. Yeah. Well, hopefully it doesn't get too crazy. That's all I can say
No,
really.
no. Then
I
we
mean,
have. Hmm. Oh,
Well, I
then we
mean,
had.
you know,
Mm.
we here physically pretty far away in Trinidad. You know, I mean, you noticing anything different, like prices going up, anything like that?
No, no, in America apparently, because the canal by Iran has been blocked, so oil can't go traveling to the other parts of the world. So oil prices go up, like in America, for instance, if they go to a gas station. So heard about that, but beyond that, here, no, not real, not a problem I would really face or something like that. We don't even have a car, so yeah, no, not particularly, no.
Okay. So the public transportation there is good then.
Yeah, yeah, because
Okay.
Iran doesn't have the means to fight America or whatnot, so they have to hurt them in the other way. So they block traffics to with boats, bullets, people, whatnot. To hurt their to hurt
No,
them
no. I think
financially.
you might have misheard. I was asking about you guys don't own a car, so is that what you're saying? Because the public transportation is good where you live.
Yeah, oh, public transportation. No, that's not been a problem. That has those prices have not gone up. It's just like gas prices for cars with oil or whatnot have gone up in America. That's what I've heard. But beyond that, I haven't seen any major differences here.
Okay. But like you guys personally, like where you
No,
live, you
no,
could
I
get.
don't have a car, so I don't have a problem. Or public
Okay, so
transportation, or other stuff for that matter. No.
all
Yeah,
right, that's
likewise.
good. Well, that's good. That's good. I mean,
At
that is
least
a
we are not
developed country
directly
has a
affected as much as other people, fortunately.
Yeah.
okay, no,
But
but
yeah.
I'm talking specifically about transportation. Like that's good. That so neither you guys uh have your own cars or how is public transportation where you live, Kuma? That's kind of interesting.
I mean, we have buses. The line covers any area of the city where I live, so you can use that pretty much to get wherever you want to go.
Okay, that's good. You see, guys, that is the mark of a really developed country, I think, where the public transportation works. Like in Trinidad, it don't work. You know, so like a lot of people have to have a car or pay a lot of money to get to unusual of new places. That's kind of a thing here. You know, and
But
obviously the gas price goes up. A lot of stuff. Uh, everybody has to have a car here. It almost seems. Most people. I mean, you have families where every person in the house has a different car. You know, because public transportation is not that good, to put it lightly.
mm-hmm.
But I mean,
But oh well.
Trinidad produces some of its own fossil fuels. I don't know exactly how much um how much of what we consume and what we have to import, but I mean, there's natural gas here, and there's like a few cars that use them, but most of the cars are still gas. Like
Mm-hmm.
you know,
But oh well. Other problem in America, they had a huge sewage spilling in a state that literally drove them into the river. I don't remember if I talked about it again, but oh well. It's like it also I first saw it by a YouTuber that went by it, and just like these huge liters upon liters just going into the river. What state was this in? Oh well. U.S. President
so
Trump is direct. Hmm?
so wait, hold on. Somebody is purposefully dumping it, or is it a leak?
No, no, no. It's literally a spilling. So, the sewage pipes broke underground, and now, well, then all the sewage has been spilling into the river. So they're trying to halt that and to fix that. But it's like big, big problem, is it? It's like infrastructure that's not been updated in years and years. So yeah,
All right.
it's
Now,
just like,
I, I will say this though: the sewage in the river is not good, but I'm glad it's not
ew.
toxic chemicals. Uh,
That was
radiation.
Maryland that was spilled. Yeah. It helped manage a sewage spill that has led to millions of gallons of wastewater flowing into the Potomac River, which runs through the nation's capital. In a social media post on Monday, Trump ordered federal authorities to immediately provide all necessary management, direction, coordination to protect the Potomac, saying local leaders were turning the river into a disaster zone. Part of a sewer line in Maryland collapsed in late January, creating the public health experts say is one of the largest sewer spills in U.S. history. The
Damn.
river originates in West Virginia and flows through Maryland and Washington to Chesapeake Bay. Trump said that going forward, a federal emergency management agency, FEMA, which is part of the Department of Homeland Security (DHS), will lead the response. So yeah, no, it's pretty bad. I think I also saw some videos about it. Uh, Let me see.
Right now, a lot of places in Trinidad, sewage spilling into the rivers is probably normal.
Hmm. Yeah, this is what it was in January. Just liters upon liters just going and just destroying all plant life into later on it went through the forest and that kind of killed all the plant life there because all that wastewater is not great for it.
All right, but now hold on. When that forest regrows, it will regrow stronger than ever. Could we say that?
Easy, probably if those trees really can adapt to it, or like are those kind of trees that after a fire just regrow again. But like that's not all
Yeah, and that's
species of
like,
tree, obviously.
that's food for the trees. They'll filter it out. Listen, look. There's an old outhouse here, right? It's not used anymore, and a tree is growing out of that outhouse, and that is the healthiest tree in this yard, right? Feeding
Mm,
on the ancient crop, right? So look,
yeah, sure.
that forest is gonna come back bigger than ever. You can't see the hand motions I'm making, but big, right?
Yeah, sure. If it's like good compost, then yeah, I can see it working, obviously, and like it was
Yeah,
really
look,
bound
this is
back
how it's
if they're
made.
not being
This is how it's made, man. You know, Listen, they don't tell you, but this is what they're spraying all the crops with. They don't say that. They don't say that because people wouldn't want to eat them.
with our
You know,
poop and this.
exactly. This is it. This is how the sausage is made. This is how the vegetarian
Yummy.
sausage is made. You know,
Piece
listen,
of shit.
exactly.
Shit. So,
Let's not
so we're
think
also
about it.
eating. Oh damn. So they're also feeding on Trump's excrement. Interesting.
Which one?
Lol.
Look, this is the circle of life. This is how it works. This is what Lion King was about.
I mean, yeah, sure. Everything works like that, sure. But I don't know. It's like a big problem over there. I don't know how it is now. It was like scaled back last time I updated. I saw the updated, and now it's more run underground than up ground. So it's been you know,
Look, they're going back to nature. You could say that.
yeah, yeah, in a way, yeah.
This is green. This is green. You know, this is the green
Yeah, green, yellow,
economy.
and brown. But yeah, it all
Look,
comes out to the same thing. It's like
stop
with
splitting
water.
hairs.
Water
You
is
know,
like majority of the water on Earth is like older than the sun itself. So and the water just passes through us and just gets reused all the goddamn time. So like
exactly,
Benjamin
exactly.
Franklin can have drank that water, and we are drinking it now. So you know,
Now with more microplastics, but still, yes. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
look,
yeah.
this will blow over. You know, wash over. Don't worry about it. You know, try not to think about it. And look, it will strengthen your immune system. Okay, the people on the shores of the Potomac or whatever this river is, Potomac, their immune systems will be strengthened, and they won't have to take a vaccine for COVID-20 or whatever. All right,
Red people
I
will rise
guarantee
up
you
from
that.
the ground.
Those that do rise, yes, they will rise stronger. Some will not rise, but you know, some
uh,
will remain. They'll join the river. You know,
we
they'll
join the
join the
river.
river.
We will die in the river. We'll join. We will die in the river,
So
or we will
there's
rise
like the
from our grave,
Ganges. You know, you ever heard of the Ganges?
or we
Listen, this
getting
is that
like,
multi-purpose river, right?
or like we
What
getting,
purpose does it serve? Yes, you know,
mm,
that is great.
or
Imagine the immune systems of the people living there. They could withstand anything, you know.
mm,
They could take COVID 1 through 20, right? You know,
uh
at the
or we
same time.
getting like,
It's crazy.
on or we getting like Dawn of the Dead, like just all the bodies just come out of the ground and just rise up and just take us over that way. It's not an economical shit and piss that takes them over or something like that. There's probably a movie out there that does it with piss and shit or something like that. And I'm with zombies. There's probably something out there, some dumb B movie
Well, you
or a
know,
movie that's been lost.
well, look, we live in it. We don't need to watch it. We live in it. We're gonna just keep an eye on this, you know.
Well, I don't see zombies yet, but yeah, we're close to it. Yeah, it's not that far from the truth.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
When I
well,
went, I only left Trinidad once, and I saw to Canada, and I
Canada.
saw um zombified people walking around. I don't. They were on something, not fentanyl, but kind of like those guys leaning over, like a question mark. You know, their bodies were
Mm,
shaped like question marks. Interesting.
one of
Uh,
those people.
yeah.
What in
But you know
Canada?
what was interesting? They were one of them. I saw them in that position, and then shortly after they were in McDonald's, somewhat functional. You know,
Mm.
you would never know. It's crazy. You know, these people could adapt to a lot of things. You know,
No, well,
but
yeah,
yeah, you
yeah.
know, the people are gonna adapt to this. Do you see the protests in like Ireland and stuff where they spray people with crap? The farmers come to
Not
the
particularly.
cities. Yeah, yeah, look up that. If you like this story, you love that. The farmers spraying the politicians with liquefied manure. You
Mm,
know, this is how you protest.
spring.
I
Oh.
think it was Irish farmers. You know,
Uh, until from farmers to get slurry out. Yes. What? Yeah. Furious farmers used tractors to spray hordes of squatters 2 weeks ago. Farmers used tractors to spray manure on squatters seven
all
months
right. Well,
ago.
that's one. So this is weaponizing it, right?
Oh wait, I've seen this. Yeah, 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 yeah. I've seen this shit. There. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that was wild. just to get squatters off their land. Yeah, that's what they used. Yeah. That's funny.
Right, but no, now what
Area
I'm
of
talking
receiving
about
no
is
help from the
there was
police. They just bang on the fucking windows. Oh no. Yeah, I've seen this.
so does this count as like bioweapons?
I mean, it's
You
bio
know?
waste, so it's kind of a weapon, and it's used as a weapon. So yeah, I would call
Yeah,
it as a bioweapon, a localized bioweapon. Yeah, sure. How
that
to
sounds
get
like a huge
shitheads
felony.
off with shit?
What is
Yeah,
charges,
sure.
you know? But it's not my bodily fluids, so I'm avoiding that charge. It's just
No, it's
other.
Ireland, so we're out of that nonsense. But we also had problems with farmers taking up the reins against people. Just filling a few years ago, filling up different plazas with tractors just to protest. But that's about it that happened. Or highways getting filled up with tractors. Then a new party got introduced, and that got a lot of votes, etc., etc., etc.
Well,
Reversing
what
the
were the
flag,
farmers
that kind of
protesting?
shit. So yeah.
So what were the farmers protesting in your country?
Oh, because of the high prices to milk cows and to pesticides being too high, and it's just everything just going up and not getting to sell anything, and there's no solution to it. It's like you're producing a lot, but you can't get a lot of money out of it. So it's like the guy that not doing that well, so they're trying to get back at the
Ah,
government basically.
did they listen?
There's been a new party in it, and I haven't heard much from it since. So,
Okay,
yeah, I don't know.
so listen. If the government doesn't give in to their demands, you need to tell them what to do. You know now, right?
Look at Ireland. The solution is right there.
The Irish had the idea. You know, they had the right idea.
I mean, yeah, sure. Or it would be funny if some of them to be covered in shit. There would be a funny sight to be seen. Yeah, I can see some being really happy with that. Yeah, with some of them, I can see it. But oh well. Eh, I don't think that will be happening anytime soon. I mean, we already had something like this, so you know. But we're almost at 2 hours, so I guess we ended here after a
Fair
bit.
enough.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll see us in like 2 weeks, and hopefully not 3 months later or something like that. But who knows? And
Okay.
yeah,
Oh, and by the way, be sure to thank the person who left the comment. I think that's the first time I've ever seen one.
it's been a while, yeah, since we've seen one. Yeah, it's been a long while. It's like maybe the
Yeah,
first one we saw
thanks
that. But
for tuning in. You know.
yeah. I mean, I know him from the Discord. He is on NetSphere. I know him for some years now. So
All right.
yeah. But yeah, see you next time. Bye.
All right. Later.